Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have nothing more to add after the exhaustive enumeration of cyber security threats which have been discussed since morning. But one last observation, I'll deal with this issue in a very, very narrow and limited aspect of it. That is, we all know that the cyber highway is being used by international elements, criminals and terrorists in various kinds of ways. The cyber security threats, the critical infrastructure, that has been discussed at length. I'm going to focus on a different aspect of it. That I've analyzed three distinct aspects of it, which are specifically of interest in the current scenario for law enforcement agencies as well as the technology players. The first aspect is that this cyber highway is being used by international elements and terrorists for exchange of messages, planning, strategy, technology, transfer of funds, etc. Second is there's a large number of overground sympathizers of various terrorist groups, secessionist organizations, even the Naxals, which are in the online domain, which is in the open domain, and almost all terrorist groups operating in Jammu Kashmir and even the Naxal groups have their open websites and Facebook pages. The third is, increasingly over the number of years, in the recent years, mass media and social media is being used by civil society, as a medium of expression of popular sentiment, as a medium of expression of discontent, and globally and nationally we have examples. For instance, the Arab Spring was entirely a Facebook-coordinated movement. There was an instance of stone pelting in Jammu and Kashmir, in which advanced messages were given, which was on the openly online domain, where people were asked to gather at a particular point, and ultimately it led to a clash with the security forces. So, notwithstanding the issues of imperatives of national security and what Maruf sir discussed about online snooping, what I'm trying to discuss right now or suggest is that in the imperatives of national interest is there is a challenge for law enforcement agencies to have synergy at the institutional level, at the strategy level, both at the central as well as the state. Because it is a national problem and state and center have to work in sync as far as India is concerned. The second is to evolve robust technology for lawful interception. This is also a nascent field in the country, and as far as our experience is concerned, things are evolving. The third is to develop state-of-the-art technology for fishing out relevant information from the cyber sea by analyzing data on social media, blogs, chat rooms, and other public forums for sentiment analysis. Recently, there was a news item in Times of India a few days back that Delhi police has already thought of something like Open Source Intelligence Center. It had evolved in the United States in wake of 9/11 attacks, and this field also requires urgent attention at the law enforcement agency levels. And also, the information is so huge in the online domain that what is not only important is gathering of information, but also integration of this extracted, unstructured information, which is derived from data mining, into meaningful pattern, which is helpful for the security agencies as actionable intelligence. And it is in these areas, not only the law enforcement agencies have to cope up with the challenges, but also the technology players can come up with robust state-of-the-art technologies which can supplement and complement the government efforts in these directions. Thank you.
I think that was a very interesting presentation.